Bursa Malaysia is an exchange holding company approved under Section 15 of the Capital Markets and Services Act 2007. It operates a fully integrated exchange, offering the complete range of exchange-related services including trading, clearing, settlement and depository services. On the 18th of May 2015, the MYX joined the United Nations Sustainable Stock Exchanges Initiative as part of the SSE's regional dialogue in Bangkok hosted by the Stock Exchange of Thailand. History. Bursa Malaysia was known as Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange from its founding in 1930 when the Singapore Stockbrokers Association was set up as a formal organization dealing in securities in Malaya. The first formal securities business organization in Malaysia was the Singapore Stockbrokers Association. Established in 1930. It was re-registered as the Malayan Stockbrokers Association in 1937. The Malayan Stock Exchange was established in 1960 and the public trading of shares commenced. The board system had trading rooms in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, linked by direct telephone lines. In 1964, the Stock Exchange of Malaysia was established. With the secession of Singapore from Malaysia in 1965, the Stock Exchange of Malaysia became known as the Stock Exchange of Malaysia and Singapore. In 1973, currency interchangeability between Malaysia and Singapore ceased, and the Stock Exchange of Malaysia and Singapore was divided into the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange Berhad and the Stock Exchange of Singapore. The Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, which was incorporated on 14 December 1976 as a company limited by guarantee, took over the operations of the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange Berhad in the same year. In 1998, as one of the attempts to weather the 1997 Asian financial crisis, it fully suspended the trading of CLOB counters, indefinitely freezing approximately $4.47 billion worth of shares and affecting 172,000 investors, most of them Singaporeans. On 14 April 2004, Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange was renamed Bursa Malaysia Berhad, following the demutualization exercise, the purpose of which was to enhance competitive position and to respond to global trends in the exchange sector by making themselves more customer-driven and market-oriented. It consisted of a main board, a second board and MESDAQ with total market capitalization of 700 billion Malaysian ringgit. Bursa Malaysia has since then focused on various initiatives aimed at improving its product and service offerings, increasing the liquidity and velocity of its markets, improving the efficiency of its businesses and achieving economies of scale in its operations. On the 18th of March 2005, Bursa Malaysia was listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad with a 17% or RM0.50 premium over its retail price of RM3.00. Source: Bursa Malaysia's About Us page. Data updated as of 3 February 2016. And GT. Bursa Malaysia's About Us. Structure: the wholly owned subsidiaries of Bursa Malaysia own and operate the various businesses as set out below. Bursa Malaysia Securities BHD provide, operate and maintain securities exchange. Bursa Malaysia Derivatives BHD provide, operate and maintain a futures and options exchange. Labuan International Financial Exchange Inc. provide, operate and maintain offshore financial exchange. Bursa Malaysia Bonds SDN BHD provide, operate and maintain registered electronic facility for secondary bond market. Bursa Malaysia Securities Clearing SDN-BHD provide, operate and maintain a clearinghouse for the securities exchange. Bursa Malaysia Derivatives Clearing BHD provide, operate and maintain a clearinghouse for the futures and options exchange. Bursa Malaysia Depository SDN-BHD provide, operate and maintain a central depository. Bursa Malaysia Depository Nominees SDN-BHD act as a nominee for the central depository and receive securities on deposit for safe custody or management. Bursa Malaysia Information SDN-BHD provide and disseminate prices and other information relating to securities quoted on exchanges within the group. Bursa Malaysia Islamic Services SDN-BHD operate all Islamic markets, businesses and activities initiated under Bursa Malaysia. Trading hours: Monday to Friday pre-open 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Continuous trading 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pre-open 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Continuous trading 2:30 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. Pre-close 4:45 p.m. to 4:50 p.m. Trading at last 4:50 p.m. to 5 p.m. Close 5 p.m. Offerings and products. Bursa Malaysia has a range of progressive products and services which covers equities, derivatives, offshore listings and services, bonds and Islamic offerings. Source: Events. On the 18th of April 2005, Bursa Malaysia introduced CBRS, a scheme which allows all investors to access research reports of Bursa-listed companies free of charge. In June 2006, Bursa Malaysia and FTSE Group jointly introduced FTSE Bursa Malaysia Index. On the 7th of November 2006, the index passed the 1,000 mark hurdle and closed at 1,003.28. It was partly boosted by the strong overnight close in the Wall Street. On the 10th of March 2008, trading on the exchange was suspended for 1 hour due to composite index fall by more than 10% or 130 points to 1,166.32 points. This was largely by combination of factors such as the United States subprime mortgage crisis and the political uncertainty caused by the 12th general election. Dealers expected the move was an overreaction to the election results and the market will correct itself. The index gained 2.1% the next day on the morning session as investors reinvest in plantation stocks and blue chips. On the 3rd of July 2008, trading on the exchange was suspended for the day when it suffered multiple hardware glitches. The glitches only affected the equities market, not the bonds and commodities market. Trading resumed the next day. Bursa Malaysia's 2009 initiatives and events. Improved accessibility. Launch of DMA for the securities market. Introduction of SBL negotiated trades. Introduction of market making for structured warrants and exchange-traded funds. Enhanced efficiency. New fundraising framework and board structure. Restructuring of minimum tick size. Shortening of trading halts. New products and services. Launch of FTSE Bursa Malaysia Palm Oil Plantation Index Series. Listing of foreign IPOs. Listing of Sukuk bonds. Internationalized markets. KLCI enhancement to FBM KLCI. Strategic partnership with CME. Launch of Bursa Al Sila. Source: palm oil futures. Bursa Malaysia is the world's biggest palm oil futures trading hub since 1980. The FCPO, the global price benchmark for the crude palm oil market, is a deliverable contract which is traded electronically on Bursa Malaysia's trading platform. Crude palm kernel futures and crude palm oil futures are primarily traded on Bursa Malaysia in Malaysian ringgit and US dollar denominated contracts. The codenames are FPKO, FCPO and FUPO, respectively. Below is a non-exhaustive list of commodities exchanges around the world where palm oil futures is traded with different contract specifications. MDEX, Bursa Malaysia Derivatives Exchange. DC, Dalian Commodity Exchange. NCDEX, India's National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange. In August 2009, Bursa Malaysia launched Bursa SUQ, the world's first internet commodities trading platform with crude palm oil as its underlying asset that is SARA compliant. Bursa SUQ, formerly known as Commodity Murabaha House, facilitates commodity-based Islamic financing and investment transactions under the SARA principles of Murabaha, Tawarruk and Musawama. Under the Bursa SUQ concept, the bank buys a commodity from a supplier such as a CPO producer at a principal amount, and sells it to a customer at a profit. The customer then sells back the commodity to the spot market for cash. This initiative is spearheaded by the Malaysia International Islamic Finance Center. Among the plantation signatories are Bousted Estate Agency BHD, Genting Plantations BHD, IOI Corp BHD and Sime Darby BHD. The financial institutions include Gulf Cooperation Council Banks, Al Raji Banking and AMP Investment Corp BHD, Asian Finance Bank BHD, Kuwait Finance House BHD and Unicorn International Islamic Bank Malaysia BHD. Bursa Malaysia Chief Executive Officer Datuk Yusli Muhammad Yusof said, "This venture brings two of the nation's main global players, namely the Islamic banks and palm oil producers together, to further enhance Malaysia's palm oil futures visibility on the world stage." Bursa Malaysia and CME Group, in 2009, announced plans for crude palm oil futures to be electronically traded on the CME Globex. CME Group will develop a US dollar-denominated, cash-settled contract using Bursa Malaysia settlements as its reference, at its Globex electronic platform in Chicago. CME Group will buy a 25% stake in Bursa Malaysia Derivatives for $55.6 million to be satisfied in $1.9 million cash and 76,427 shares of CME Group. To facilitate the proposed equity participation, Bursa will consolidate all its derivatives businesses into Bursa Malaysia Derivatives and its subsidiaries. Under the corporate exercise, Bursa Malaysia Derivatives will acquire the entire issued and paid-up share capital of Bursa Malaysia Derivatives Clearing BHD from Bursa for a cash consideration of $37.1 million. Operating round the clock, the CME Globex trading system is at the heart of CME. Proposed in 1987, it was introduced in 1992 as the first global electronic trading platform for futures contracts. This fully electronic trading system allows market participants to trade from booths at the exchange while sitting in a home or office thousands of miles away. When Globex was first launched, it used Reuters technology and network. September 1998 saw the launch of the second generation of Globex using a modified version of the NSE trading system, developed by Paris Bourse for the MATIF. To connect to CME Globex, traders connect via Market Data Protocol and E-Link 2.0 for order routing. Jakarta Futures Exchange launched trading of physical crude palm oil contracts in June 2009. Indonesia's Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries at the Coordinating Ministry for the Economy, Bayu Krishnamurthy, had emphasized that a physical market must be established before futures trading can begin. In October 2009, Indonesia plans to facilitate trading of crude palm oil and other raw materials on the Indonesia Commodity and AMP Derivatives Exchange. In spite of being the world's largest producer, Indonesia has been unable to set a palm oil benchmark price, with trading centered in neighboring Bursa Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. The Jakarta Futures Exchange, which was launched in 2000, started by offering crude palm oil and coffee futures, but trading was dormant, as operators have preferred to trade the palm oil contracts in Malaysia and coffee futures in London and New York, according to Edi Susmadi, a director of JFX. He attributed the failure to competition from Bursa Malaysia and the low-tech trading system. Max Ramajar at Wilmar International, the world's largest processor of palm oil, said, "When you trade on MDEX you have better access to information about the market and more insight." Back in June 2007, Singapore launched the Joint Asian Derivatives Exchange's US dollar-denominated CPO futures contract. JADE was a joint venture between the Chicago Board of Trade and the Singapore Exchange. The aim was to provide a fair and transparent platform for price discovery in CPO and allow traders to buy JADE CPO futures and CBOT soybean oil futures concurrently to manage their edible oils price risk. However, the JADE CPO futures failed to sustain. CME Group, which acquired CBOT and inherited its investment in JADE, sold its 50% stake to SGX in late 2007. According to reports, both the rubber and CPO futures offered by JADE have failed to attract volumes. JADE merged with the Singapore Commodity Exchange in 2008.